Hi, my name is Michael Oostman. I am president of Oostman Aquatic Safety Consulting. My firm investigates aquatic events that take place in front of lifeguards, as well as provides aquatic safety consulting services and expert testimony to the industry. Through the course of my investigative practice, I've had the opportunity to investigate well over 700 submersion events, unconscious events that have taken place in front of lifeguards. Through the course of interviewing thousands of lifeguards, usually within 24 to 48 hours of the event, I've been able to learn key critical factors. And a couple of those things I would like to share with you today. This message is brought to you today in partnership with the Pool Management Group. And I appreciate this opportunity to be able to share this all-important message with you. Let's jump right into it. 3 things that I think are important for us to appreciate, embrace, and understand. And I'm going to break them down this way. The first thing is going to be the issue of awareness. We'll get into more detail in just a moment. The second element is going to be lifeguard positioning. And finally, the third element is going to be appropriate number of lifeguards. So, starting with the first element, awareness. In talking with thousands of lifeguards, one of the things that continues to echo through each and every interview that I have is the element that lifeguards did not believe it would happen to them. They understood that these events take place. They were trained to deal with the events. However, they never personalized it to an extent that they themselves understood that it could happen to them. The key learning I want to make sure y'all take from this message today is that it can happen to you. When a person enters our swimming facility, they don't have a sign that says they're going to be a victim at 2:05 this afternoon in front of lifeguard chair 1. That person, when they have their event, it's going to happen. It's not going to be prejudicial. It's not going to happen in front of a certain person or at a certain time of day or during a certain day of the week. There are demographics that can outline certain things, but the message that I think is important for all of us to understand is that it can happen at any time to anyone. And you as a lifeguard watching this message, I want you to be looking for the event to take place. Scanning cannot be a superficial activity that takes place from a lifeguard chair. It needs to be an engaged upon activity where you are physically looking through the water for that victim to present themselves. And hopefully you're going to be able to identify them while they're in the early stages of distress and not the latter stages of unconsciousness. But the message that I want y'all to understand is that it can happen. Be aware for it to happen. As a subtext to that message of awareness is the topic of assumptions. One of the other messages that I commonly hear is that the lifeguards saw the victim present themselves. They saw them floating on the surface, but they assumed that the person was doing a dead man float. They saw the person on the bottom of the swimming pool, but again they assumed that they were down there looking at something or holding their breath, and they did not respond immediately. They continued with their scan and ultimately came back to the situation, but at that point critical seconds, or in some situations, critical minutes were lost. If you are going to assume that when you first see them, that they are unconscious and immediately needing your response. Blow your whistle, jump in the water, respond to that situation. Don't assume that they're playing, assume that they are in need of your intervention. Issue number 2 is positioning of lifeguards. Making sure that you are in the right position to be able to see all aspects of your zone. In too many of my investigations, I've seen lifeguards that were in beautiful elevated lifeguard chairs, but did not have the ability to see all aspects of their zone, whether it was because glare on the surface, because of shadows, because of the geometry of the pool, or because of other occlusions that were presented. That lifeguard could not see everything. And unfortunately, the victim that ended up unconscious in their zone happened to fall right into that gap. Our job is to remove and close the gap of opportunity. Make sure that we're positioned in the right location so that we can do the job that we are duty bound as well as morally bound to provide. We must see all areas of our swimming pool. Finally, the last aspect that I want to share with you today is making sure we have an appropriate number of lifeguards to be able to survey and scan the zone that we're responsible for. There's no bigger responsibility that we have than the lives of the people that are swimming in our water. Own that responsibility as a lifeguard. Understand that when you sit in that lifeguard chair and you put that whistle around your neck or around your wrist and you wear that uniform that says lifeguard, we are guarding people's lives. At this point in your life, this may be one of the most important responsibilities you have. Please do not take it lightly. When you punch in that clock, you forget everything that you have going on in your life and you take on that role of being a lifeguard. Be a hero. Be able to make a difference in someone's life. But it requires you to own what you do. Be aware of what you do and take pride in your role of a lifeguard. God bless and good luck in what you do. Thank you.